9 years ago. And I'm trying to think about what I remember about that time. Um, I do remember Beyonce's Lemonade came out that same year. And so we're in like October. We're in like October. So I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I'm guessing it was this time. I was definitely started a job, and it was like a job. I was being an adult and trying to 9 years ago. Whoa, being an adult. Um, wait a minute. Um, yeah, I don't. I'm trying to. I don't remember. Wait, I do. Okay. I do remember the dive bar tour, which I was really excited about. Not excited, but I was like, it was really nice to see um, the tours, the dive bar tour, because she hadn't really done Perfect Illusion. Just she didn't really promote or sing Perfect Illusion for whatever reason. I don't know if she was like sick or something. Um, 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 I remember the dive bar tour. SNL, I remember that. Like a couple of years ago, I had went back and watched the dive bar tours or the shows, and they were really good. Like I'm a fan, and sometimes it's a little difficult for me to completely accept or completely what's the word completely talk about being a fan of Lady Gaga because it took for me a while to even realize I was a really big fan of Lady Gaga. Like I love her music, I love her voice. Um, but anyway, so Joanne, I feel like Million Reasons was like forced on us, and it went to like number 3 or 4 on the charts. She was singing that song everywhere with the guitar, with the piano, with the guitar and the piano. It was just like it was a whole lot going on with the million of reasons, and Perfect Illusion definitely flopped. There's no doubt about that. It did not do well at all. Great video. I don't know what. Maybe it was like the inauthenticness that people might have been or just confused about the sound and why you had to make that. Some of the songs on Joanne, somebody talked about the impact of it. I don't know where it went. Oh, the impact of Joanne in her career. I remember not too long ago, somebody was talking about Joanne being the album that she wanted to prove to Warner Brothers or whoever the public that she can be clean cut pop in order to get A Star Is Born. And so, like thinking like that kind of shifts your perspective on Joanne a little bit. Um, but thinking of, let me talk about the album. The album itself, I got into immediately. Some of the songs, I don't, I don't hate them, but they're not my like total favorite. Like, I don't think there's like one song that I really. Oh, some of the earlier stuff on the first album aren't my complete favorite, and the second, the Monster, the Fame Monster, like Teeth, I don't really care for. I don't hate it, but I just don't care for it. Um, Dancing in Circles, just thinking like Dancing in Circles. Uh, John Wayne. Uh, I love Joanne. million reasons now. I love the remix that the like melody remix she's put on it that she had put on it for Enigma, and then recently I think she changed it up a little bit for this tour. Also, what else is on there? I really love Hey Girl, Grigio Girls. For the immediately I love Grigio Girls. Immediately I love Hey Girl. What else is on there? Perfect Illusion is really really great. Uh, the Diamond Princess, Diamond Heart is really 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 great. Angel Down, both versions are really really great. Like I enjoy this album. It's not always my go-to album, but in terms of like her legacy or her career, I feel like Joanne coming off of the jazz album, because the jazz album happened right before Joanne. I think that's what the jarring was like. Oh, we're still on this stripped down type of music. Vocally, she was tip top shape. I think I don't know which one is better vocally, the Joanne era or this Mayhem era. Like this tour, she has been singing incredibly good. Um, but in terms of her like career, I think a lot of people don't think about Joanne, or they'll say negative things about Joanne. And it was the second it was like a piano version or something. Girl, what do you think you're going version? I love that version, and that version won the Grammy. So it's just like it's interesting. It's interesting with Joanne because there are some highs and a lot of lows. And somebody was talking about the Super Bowl and Coachella, which was accidental, but okay. And the documentary, the world tour. Vocally, she was incredible on that world tour. Or that tour. It wasn't really world because she had to stop. And then they talk about the movie, which I don't know. It's underappreciated. I think you're just giving it a whole lot. Talk about the Super Bowl. I mean, she had an album to put out, so it kind of went hand in hand. Um, yeah, I just don't know. I don't think, in terms of her career, that it's. I feel like art pop is more shunned. I mean, Joanne is more shunned than even like art pop, which I don't think art pop is a bad album at all by far. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. And it's so interesting when she talks about art pop now. She talks about how she had to like merge these two sounds together, and she just talks about being like in a bad place. And I'm just like, it's interesting how art pop. I don't know. I don't find art pop that much different than like Born This Way. Although you can hear the difference, I don't necessarily hear anything crazy with the synth music. I feel like I'm just talking. Um, but Joanne, I don't 10 years. It was definitely different music, and it definitely showed. I think on paper it showed she can be very versatile. But all you have to do is just like go to one of her shows, you can see how versatile she really is. I'm trying to think like making like the producers seem to be good. Oh, the whole like stripped down, the jeans, the cowboy hat, the cowboy boots. I feel like that was a little bit more dramatic and unnecessary. I feel like she could have got her point across without going to a specific, oh, there was something, without going to a specific aesthetic like a cowboy hat and cowboy boots and jeans. I mean, cut off jeans or shorts. I'm sorry, jean shorts. Cause then I don't even think that was like the tour aesthetic. The tour aesthetic was more not like that. Uh, so I think that was like the main jarring part was like, why are you dressed in this cowboy hat and adopting the hat thing? It was, yeah, that was a little weird. And then like stripped down like in this picture, I think there was like People magazine or Vogue or something. Um, Joanne. Also, I think this album might have been too personal because she talks about Joanne now, or some media I've consumed her talking about Joanne. She was just like, oh yeah, I think it was recent when she was in Italy. I think Joanne seemed like a more personal album with certain personal songs. Also, she was talking about her dad, trying to heal her dad, and I've seen jokes about her making the Joanne song, and then when she in the documentary, she plays with her grandmother, and she's just like, "Look what I've done, Granny, to heal our family." And it's just like, then she realized, oh, I can't really heal my dad's hurt about this specific thing through music, even though I've tried. I don't even know if she like has she been healed by Joanne, and like the she talks about the men in her family and dancing in circles of John Wayne and a million reasons. Those like I feel like this album is a little bit too personal. And maybe she should have maybe kept it to herself for a second and figured it out. But trying to like heal your your heal somebody through music isn't always you're not always gonna bat. You're not gonna always strike out with that concept. I don't think it does anything for her. Like somebody said something and I agreed. It's not her worst album. Yeah, I don't think it had any impact. And then I didn't even know John Wayne had a video until like 2 years ago. I was like, oh, there's a video. Like this is where like things started getting a little shaky. Well, no, 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 no. Things were already shaky, but I'm just like, she had like a couple of more videos. Love Game and Poker Face and ain't nothing left to say. And then there was Telephone, Bad Romance, Alejandro. I feel like her music was pumping out all of these videos, and then with Art Pop, it kind of stopped short also, and it was a little shaky. And then again here with Joanne, it was like shaky a little bit. Million Reasons video was very simple, nothing really interesting. Perfect Illusion. I agree with this comment. This is not an era. Oh no, and no impact. Yeah, it didn't really have any impact besides everybody being like, "What the hell is going on?" No hits. I don't think it had that many hits either. Really great songs. Nothing that nothing that the general public would probably know as fans, There's Grigio Girls about Sonia, there's Hey Girl, there's Angel Down about Trayvon Martin, no iconography. Was it a complete flop? Probably. But it debuted at number one. I mean, at this point, she's like one of the only, female artists who continuously debut at number one or has continuously debuted at number one. people support, kind of. Joanne, I don't know what to say about Joanne. Besides I enjoy Joanne. I can definitely listen to it from top to bottom. A couple of songs, I'll have the urge to skip. But other than that, sorry, Joanne. And then it's interesting how she would fit it into her shows, besides, at the piano or during like the ballad section. Oh, that's probably what it was. There weren't a whole lot of like dance up tempos also on this album that people can identify with. That I think her core audience can identify with. There's no like applause or no just dance, no marry the night. Um, Lyrically, I think it's a really good album too. I don't think the lyrics or the sound of the album are horrible. Showing off her vocal case for me, I'm like, you can listen to Marry the Night and hear her vocals. And you can listen to Hair. You can listen to Hair and like just enjoy the vocals. But like I said, that I think the continuation of like this sort of singing music with like the jazz sounding music, but we have to give it up for the jazz music because the jazz healed her voice. In my opinion, I don't think she was the best vocally on the art pop tour. I think the jazz healed her voice, the jazz music, um, the singing every night. I think, and then that you can hear her technique singing the jazz music from that. You can hear it on, like you can hear it in Joanne. The enunciation, the range, the pronunciation. Was it the same thing? I don't know. And then like even on like A Star Is Born, it continued, and her vocals were clear, and her enunciation was like clear, and it's like you can hear it. That jazz period really was like a reset that I don't think she expected. I don't think any of us expected that jazz era to be. That's all I gotta say. I was gonna do this like next year because I'm like it's gonna be like 10 years of Joanne. Yeah.